Yama. Deanna flew in, who's my new boss now. Niecy, Larry, Terry, Darryl, all the Brown children. We took you to New York. When they lined around the Apollo one more time, we brought you home to the church. Now we brought you to the James Brown Arena. We tried to do what you asked us to do. Rev Jackson's here, Mr. Brown. And even though many stars you helped, and even though he knows they're going to criticize him, Michael said he don't care what they say. Michael came for you today, Mr. Brown.
Wow. Good for Michael.
Come on up, Michael. Come up
Oh!
here.
This is how he's gonna...
I don't care what the media says tonight. James Brown wanted Michael Jackson with him here today. Brothers and sisters, as I bring the family, and then Mr. Bobbitt, and then we will conclude the eulogy, I think it is only appropriate, based on my last conversation, we hear some words of expression from Michael Jackson.
Hello. What I'm going to say is brief, but to the point. James Brown is my greatest inspiration. Ever since I was a small child, no more than like 6 years old, my mother would wake me no matter what time it was. I was sleeping, no matter what I was doing, to watch the television to see the master at work. And when I saw him move, I was mesmerized. I've never seen a performer perform like James Brown, and right then and there, I knew that was exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life because of James Brown. I love you, but James Brown, I shall miss you, and I love you so much, and thank you for everything. God bless you, and I love you.
Wow. Super cool.
Many years ago, Mama Whitney told a story. James Brown called the band together. He said, there's a man that's going to come help me. He works on the railroads. I don't know who he is, but when he comes, we'll know him. He didn't know there was a man working in the Transit Authority in New York, laying rails. Came one night to see him at the Apollo and became James Brown's manager. He'd been with him 40 years. He was sitting 3 feet from him talking to him the night James Brown died. He hadn't had nothing to say the whole time. But I think before we hear from his offspring, we should pause and let the man that carried the burden in the heat of the day, Brother Charles Bobbitt, say something for the Godfather. Charles Bobbitt.
Thank you. I don't know if this is a homecoming or a homegoing or whatever it is, but this is exactly what he wanted in Augusta. Let me tell you a little bit about me and him. I always dreamed that I was going to do something for a big man. I knew I wouldn't be the man, but I intended to be the man behind the man. When I was in high school, I wouldn't play sports because I didn't want to get hurt, because I knew one day it was coming. My wife, God bless her soul, talked me to go into a James Brown show. We walked in, sat down, Mr. Brown walked on stage, and the bells went off. I said, don't give me a job with him, and I'm going to be the manager. My wife said, you're crazy. You don't know business. You lay rails. You don't dance. You don't even have rhythm. But I knew something that she didn't know. Shortly after, I met Mr. Brown, and he told me, he said, I'm going to hire you. Oh, you're going to be my manager. But I'm letting you know now that I'm going to give you hell. I'm going to give you hell. Sometimes you're going to want to walk away. And he wasn't right. And sometimes I want to wring his neck. And sometimes I want to spank him. But it was all in the learning process. He said, I and you going to be closer than our wives. I said, oh, what is this? But anyway, to get down to one other issue. All of you walk around saying, sing, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Let me tell you how that was done. The young lady, Miss Martha Whitney, who sang for you a short while ago, myself and Mr. Brown was in Los Angeles, California. We just finished the day. Raining, storming like nothing. Mr. Brown, we always have a lot to say. So we were sitting in there talking, looking at television, and there was some black crime going on. He said, Mr. Bobby, how come black people can't love each other? How come they can't get together? How come they can't respect each other? I was tired, and I agreed, okay, which was true. So he said, oh, my. Okay, you can go to your room. I looked at my watch. Oh, my God, I can sleep tonight because you were going to stay with Mr. Brown until he was going through his bedroom door, and you were going to be there when he came out of his bedroom door in the afternoon. I went to my room. I said, oh, man, I can turn on television and watch. 20 minutes exactly, he called me, Mr. Bobbitt, come here. When I went to his room, on 2 napkins on the table was a song. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. He said, Mr. Bobbitt, I want you to get a band together, send them down to the valley, get a studio. We're going to record this record tonight. Get me 30 children. I want you to get me 30 children to sing on this song. It's storming and it's almost in the middle of the night. I said, Mr. Brown, where am I going to get 30 children from? He said, you the manager, you can do it. I went to a church and watched. I found a lady and I got an old school bus. And we rode around Watts and we got 30 children. Brought them down to the studio, recorded, said loud, I'm black and I'm proud. I gave them $10 and a James Brown album. That's how the song that you love so well was made.